The story of Saint Veronica of Milan.
Subscribe to our channel to receive more content like this.
Let me tell you a story. It's not about someone famous in her time, not a queen or a prophet or a warrior. It's about a quiet young woman born in the streets of Milan in the 1400s. Someone who lived a simple life, but whose heart burned with deep love for God. This is the story of Saint Veronica of Milan, a story of silence, service, and the kind of strength that doesn't shout but shines. Veronica was born in the year 1445. Her family was poor. She didn't have much, no fine clothes, no big house, no special schooling. In fact, she couldn't even read or write. But from a very young age, there was something different about her. While other children played games in the streets, Veronica often found herself drawn to quiet corners, places where she could pray, think, and talk to God. She didn't always have the words, but her heart spoke loudly. She longed for more than what the world seemed to offer. Not more money, not more things, more meaning. At just 17 years old, Veronica made a bold choice. She joined a group of women known as the Augustinian nuns at a convent of St. Martha in Milan. This wasn't an easy life. It meant leaving her family behind. It meant giving up comfort, privacy, and any chance of a normal life. But Veronica wasn't looking for comfort. She was looking for God. The other sisters quickly noticed something unusual about her. She was cheerful, obedient, and kind. She did the small jobs no one else wanted to do. Cleaning, cooking, washing clothes. She wasn't trying to be noticed. She just wanted to love well in the little things. Veronica never learned to read, but that didn't stop her from becoming wise. She spent hours in prayer, sometimes weeping for the suffering of the world. People began to sense something holy about her, like there was a quiet light inside her that never went out. One day, something unusual happened. Veronica began having what are known as mystical experiences, moments in prayer where she felt very close to God. Sometimes she would seem to glow with peace or fall into a deep silence that felt almost like sleep, but wasn't. These experiences weren't something she bragged about. In fact, they frightened her a little. She didn't want attention. She just wanted to stay faithful, to keep serving, to keep praying. Veronica was made mistress of novices, which means she helped teach younger sisters how to live the life of a nun. She didn't do this with fancy lectures. She taught by example through her gentleness, her patience, and her deep trust in God. People in the city started hearing about this humble nun. Some came to her for advice, others just wanted to be near her. She always pointed them back to Jesus. Veronica believed that the best way to grow close to God wasn't through big dramatic gestures, but through small acts of love, done with great faith. As she grew older, Veronica's health began to fade, but her joy never left her. Even when she was in pain, she smiled. Even when she was weak, she prayed. In 1497, after a life of quiet holiness, Veronica died. She was 52 years old. She didn't leave behind books or buildings, but she left behind something better, an example of how to live a life full of love, even in silence and simplicity. So, what can we learn from Saint Veronica of Milan? That you don't have to be loud to be strong. That you don't have to be rich or educated to be wise. That a life lived with love, prayer, and humility can change the world, even if most people never hear your name. Veronica's story reminds us that holiness is not just for saints in paintings or people on pedestals. It's for anyone, anywhere, who chooses to love God with their whole heart, even in the ordinary things. She found God not in greatness, but in the quiet corners of life. And that is something we can all reach for. This was the story of Saint Veronica of Milan, a silent light in a noisy world, a quiet servant with a heart full of God. And maybe, just maybe, her story is an invitation to each of us to live more simply, love more deeply, and listen more closely.